Greetings, and today I bring you guys the very first deck of the new season. So we are going to be working with one of the reworked abilities, Deadeye Ambush. It is no longer working with traps, as traps has now become a tool for scoia'tael to use, which I thought was better because I feel like traps were very slow, like they're very conservative cards. You mostly use traps to save until 2 turns from now where they do more damage, but that sort of gives your opponent time to react, so it was too slow. So their new ability now is to be able to spawn 3 Elven Deadeyes in an allied row. This makes VERNOSSIEL much more powerful in both abilities. VERNOSSIEL was already very powerful when it was just mostly used as a ranged card, where you could just spawn extra Elven Deadeyes. But now with Deadeye Ambush, VERNOSSIEL is now a very good source of spread damage. So we'll be working with that one today. Apart from that change, it's still your typical Swarm Elves deck. I know I said I wasn't going to cover decks from the last season. Well, this isn't really from the last season because Deadeye Ambush was reworked, but I'm doing this because Deadeye Ambush was reworked. I actually think that this is going to be very powerful. Now you have sort of 2 different ways to play elves. This one is going to be very swarmy, whilst Precision Strike, I believe Precision Strike is still exactly the same. I don't think they've done anything to Precision Strike. Yeah, so Precision Strike is what you would use when you're lining up Shiru or Geralt Igni or the like. This is going to be pure swarm. Of course, with the meta of being full with status, Nilfgaard and Northern Realms, Drug and all that stuff, I gotta have a swarm deck actually does decently well against status Nilfgaard because you don't have big units. So it's like you don't have those big units that Poison loves to take. Instead, they'll be choosing between, like, let's see, 3 power, Fryhead Saboteur, 4 power cards, you know, the like. Like, the only really powerful card they can target is the Great Oak, and they're not gonna get it, you know, until much later. Of course, the potential weakness could be that Feigned Death is a slow card because you don't have any means of summoning. Now, unless you use Feigned Death as your first turn card, which you could honestly use to commit the first round and try to win it, force your opponent to pass on even. And that actually is very doable because honestly, because of how powerful elves can get, like, as long as you have VERNOSSIEL and the Great Oak sort of for your last turn, potentially with Isengrim and Teruviel, you're honestly fine for the 3rd round, especially if you make it a short 3rd round. Everything else is really, you're just making elves more powerful, you're summoning elves, you have a couple of engines in the Elven Swordmaster. I took off VERNOSSIEL's Commando because it's really not needed here anymore. Plus, I kind of changed up the strategy to go from VERNOSSIEL's Commando and the Fryhead Vanguard, and I changed it to the Fryhead Saboteur and the Elven Warcrier. These 2 are pretty good combo cards. You can boost them, and then this one will deal even more damage, so it's pretty strong. Of course, with every deck now in meta, you need 1 artifact removal and 1 purifier. So I have 1 Fryhead Sappers and 1 Bomb Heaver to sort of finish out the list. Other than that, I added a Milva for a passive engine boost. So there's just someone there gaining boost while you're playing all your scoia'tael cards, and they're not touching it unless they remove it round 1, whether it's with a Predatory Dive or it's with a Scorch. But they have to do it in the first round, on the first turn, I should say. Otherwise, you're gonna play more powerful cards while Milva doesn't get her power too high to be targeted by such cards. So yeah, that's about everything. Like, everything else, honestly, what you'll find in a typical Elven deck. Isengrim for that spread boost, Teruviel for that damage in case you're playing Swarm, Aileron to thin your deck out a little bit once you get elves running. Yavin got nerfed, yes, but it's still decently powerful. Like, the ceiling just lowered itself a little bit, but it's still very powerful considering it's a 7 provision. Like, you only need 3 elves in a row for Yavin's power to match its provision cost, but you know, you can easily make more than 3 elves in a row. So yeah, everything else is just your typical elves. Now you have the ability to make potentially 2, 4, 7, 8 with Waylay, 8. So you can potentially play a maximum of 8, 11 Elven Deadeyes, which means VERNOSSIEL is going to do 22 damage. So if you play a melee roll, the maximum it can get is 27 for 12. If you play in range, it's going to be 11. So, you know. Plus, you got the Great Oak, of course, as a finisher. So that's sort of everything on this Elven deck. Pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. Hopefully we can win some matches with it. So let's get straight to the gameplay. Okay, well, okay, let's try. All right, so we got this one first. We go first. It's mostly a setup what they do here, so honestly, I'm okay. So we got Artifact Destroyer, but honestly, like he plays all of his. He plays his artifact. Like that's the thing with Skellige is they play it all in one turn, so it doesn't really matter for me. I can get rid of this. He's not gonna have Caretaker. There's no world where he plays Caretaker here. I'm gonna keep both Hawker Smugglers. So our first turn is probably gonna be that Hawker Smuggler here. If he destroyed, it's fine. We are getting boosts off at least, so it's not so bad. Oh, Giga Scorpion Decoction right off the bat, eh? Okay. That's fine, we'll do it again. See, I have two. See, I have a second counter for this. I mean, if you do, it's fine, honestly. It's not that big of a deal to me. A Demon Corsair. Okay, this is an interesting one then. Makes me wonder if he's even running... Okay, I think he probably is. I think we do play Elven here. Yeah, let's play Elven. Kind of sucks that he got boosted, but that's alright. Alright, we got VERNOSSIEL at least, which is good. This is probably going to get hit with a ship. I can see that happening. Oh, double Denim Corsair. Hello? Okay, that's fine. That's alright. Little ding. I want to boost this War Dancer. And then we'll play our doubles. And then we'll hit. I mean, this could still be the... This could still be the Gidnith because it is second win, so... A Hammond! Interesting. Okay, now that makes sense, actually. It's pretty good. Surprised you don't put him in the middle. Okay. Sure. If I pass, he still needs to play a card, right? I mean, this is kind of useless now, so I'm surprised he didn't do this earlier, but... We do have Feign Death into the Hawker support. So I'm actually okay with passing here. Because again, he does need to play a card to beat me. Right. Okay. I could push him if I really wanted to. I could push him. If I wanted to, I really could push him. Like, he hasn't played the Crow Mother yet, so... Just in case he has art... Oh. So much for pushing. So much for pushing. Well, I can't really push now. Well, technically I could. But I would definitely need to leave cards behind. We'll attempt to push. We'll actually attempt to push here. That draw to Aileron was not good. I lack the Great Oak and Mata, which are two actually kind of key cards here. Interesting. An Elven Greatsword. I guess I'll play Half Elf Hunter. I mean, Milva might get destroyed by a Delirium, but honestly, it's fine. I'm gonna make him choose. He gets more power if he destroys this row, and he destroys a good engine, but he doesn't get as much power if he destroys this row. Or he might just save it for later. Concrete Longship, that makes sense. But that's assuming I'm gonna play it all in the melee row, which I'm not, now that you've played that. Well, VERNOSSIEL is going to be in the melee row, which might suck for me, actually. If he has artifact removal, I might have to pass. No, I'm not going to pass. I'm going to play on. It's just that having that Aileron's pretty awkward. And it's literally the one card that comes out of my deck, like from like the card that needs to be in the deck for it to come out. Everything else is like has to be drawn. What do you get out? Oh, the Blood Corsair? Okay, no, that's fine. He does get boosted from it, I get it, but it is what it is. I'm actually gonna pull off some big combos right now. I'd like to see him catch up to this. I mean, I could... Ooh, hello? The Gore? I don't know, will this be enough? Let's see. Now this is damage. Look at this. That's insanity. Let's destroy this greatsword. Yeah, I don't think he catches up from a 47 to 3. This is insane. Yeah, this is insane. Okay, so we got status Nilfgaard next, as predicted. I have no answer to those very tall thirsty dames, which is gonna be an issue for moi. So what do I do for... Gonna get rid of this, we don't need it. No, we're not doing this again. See, the thirsty dames are out of range from the waylay, which do suck. Let me get rid of one of them. Yeah, okay, I like this. Brighthead Saboteur into the Elven War Dancer, which is nice. His plan is probably gonna be to move Vincent back into the hand. So our first turn here, since we don't have our Hawker Smuggler, which does kind of suck, but that's alright, is gonna be Milva, of course. Now again, really the only way you play Milva is if you get rid of her very early, and you have to kind of commit a card that just targets. The only card I would think he would have is... Because he can't play Yennefer on this. He can't invo this card. What I'm afraid of is gonna invo the Feigned Death. That's what I'm worried about, actually. Yeah, there it is. I'm afraid this gets Yennefer'd. That's what I'm really afraid of right now. But at the same time, it's like, what can I do about it? Right? I could just try to push him for the short round. Because I feel like I still have some decent weapons in my arsenal. How much is Deadeye anyway? It's 16, okay. So, honestly, if you wanted to run a Redea deck, you could. You could potentially run a Redea deck. It won't be as powerful just because of your spread, but, you know, you potentially could. Yeah, Yennefer's Invo is still a thing. I gotta face it at some point, honestly. We'll play this. Like, we just gotta face the facts, you know? We just gotta face the facts. An Iron Falcon Knife Juggler. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. We could waylay that. Oh, it's too random, so yeah, that's another way to target my Milva, actually. It's randomized. Nothing I can do about that. We could half-elf Hunter into the Saber. Just to get off some more... Just to get off our Aileron, actually. We can get her off our hands real quick. So we're ahead by quite a bit, but our opponent's not committing that much because he did get to go second, so... It is what it is, it's all good. Yeah, it's kind of the tough part when you really have no way of dealing with Thirsty Dame. You're gonna be actually in a bit of trouble, so you gotta be careful about that one as well. A Rod Tosser. Can we damage our own unit? No, it has to be an enemy. Oh, that's a pity. I'll be up ahead by 10. We could potentially use Elven War Dancer right now. I mean, this doesn't do too much. He'll be down to 12. I'll be at 26. Well, I'll be at 24. No, 25. And then he'll be at 15. Yeah, he would just need to beat 9 at that point, which just really isn't a lot. I might just want to commit. But at the same time, I also could potentially use it for some removal. So I don't know whether it's better now to use the Elven War Dancer or not. Because Waylay could potentially help us with creating some Deadeyes for our VERNOSSIEL. So I'd rather keep you around. Actually, we'll deploy this. Yeah, that's fine. Even if you play some like Poison Fangs of the Empire, I'm not worried. I just don't know if this is a Redea based deck. I don't think so, just because of how expensive Redea's become, actually. So probably not. Actually, his Rod Tosser could also target a Milva, so... Okay, so I can actually freely pass here. I think I should too. Now, of course, he can potentially bleed me round 2, which is gonna cause me some problems, so... Okay, good. That's one less removal, actually. That's actually good. This could potentially be a Redea deck. Could definitely still see that. This doesn't do much here anymore, honestly. It really doesn't. So, it's gonna draw out Isengrim. I don't know how I feel about that. Okay, we got our Sappers, which is good. Okay, this one's not bad, actually. The question is, do we commit Feign Death round 2? Because I know what's happening to it if I do. He could potentially pass. That is also a thing. I don't see that he does, but he could. But at the same time, I hope he knows what kind of deck he's playing against, so... Yeah, status, like, Yennefer's Invocation is such a powerful card, like, it really does freak me out. One potential way I can sort of get ahead is I have to play Feign Death first, and the reason why I have to play Feign Death first is because if he plays Yennefer's Invo first, I still sort of have some tempo, because if I play Feign Death late in the game, and he's kind of in the lead, it's already too late by that point. No, we have to get rid of Hawker support here. And I actually do need to get rid of like my very strong cards as well. Probably get rid of the Great Oak, because otherwise Matai is gonna draw, like, come on. If I could draw... what's his name? If I can get my hands on a Bomb Heaver, that would be great. I don't know how much value this Waylay gives me now. I did say we have to play Feign Death first, right? But then we got these Hawker Smugglers now that make it very slow. Let's see if he plays reactively. If he plays reactively, then we're good, actually. Better yet, even if he plays Yennefer's Invo, that'd be great for us too. I haven't seen Moral yet, so Moral is still coming. Yeah, that's why I wanted my hands on a Bomb Heaver. That's exactly why I wanted my hands on a Bomb Heaver right there. Alright, well, we gotta force it out of him, so... We gotta play Feign Death now. And I gotta hope that he actually didn't draw the Yennefer's Invo. That's what I gotta hope, is that he didn't draw the Yennefer's Invo. Otherwise, we're gonna be in trouble. We are gonna be in trouble if he doesn't draw if he drew Yennefer's Invo. Yeah, this is Yennefer's Invo. It has to be. It's not? Oh, he could potentially get it, so that's an issue. Yeah, I thought so. I'm not surprised by this. That's what I hate. Like, that's actually what I hate. It's the fact that, whatever. It's alright. You have to purify now. I mean, there's really no better target to purify, honestly, because we're not going to be playing that Isengrim until much later in the game. VERNOSSIEL is going to be only 8 damage, which honestly I think is okay. I think it'll also be fine. But he gets both Thirsty Dames off, which is gonna suck big time. And he still has yet to play Vincent, so that does worry me too. He's gonna slowly get those boosts, which is absolutely crazy, and I don't like it. So do we commit VERNOSSIEL at this point? That's fine. Well, it's not fine, but, you know, what can you do, right? What can you do? We gotta play this. We gotta get off as many of our Elven Deadeyes as possible for our VERNOSSIEL to do some damage. The other one's probably gonna get locked too. So we have to hope that VERNOSSIEL actually damages these two down to a point where Yavin can finish the job. That's kind of my only option at this point. Because I make sure that he doesn't have like a big target to hit me with. Okay, no, Moral's fine. Like, I'm actually okay with Moral here. Like I said, he's not targeting very big units, so... So it's now or never here. So he barely hits the Thirsty Dames, which sucks, but, you know, what can you do, right? Yeah, that actually sucks, but that's fine, I guess. Vincent still has yet to come out, but like I said, he's targeting kind of weak units, so I'm okay with this happening. Avalok, fine. I guess this is a Biting Frost hit. Impenetrable Fog, okay. Yeah, it's fine. That's alright. Yeah, we have to get the Great Oak out here. The Great Oak has to get out here. I mean, we're still ahead, but, you know, I don't know for how much longer we'll be ahead by, so that'll be a bit of a worry. If we can get rid of one of these Thirsty Dames, actually, it makes it easier for us. Yeah, figured as much. Is that gonna be Vincent? I think that's Vincent. So, for Yavin to work, he has to be played here. Here, which kind of means the Great Oak is sort of useless now. Because it caps at 9. So, do we play to reveal first? Oh yeah, he drew my Feign Death, right. Let's play Isengrim, actually. I don't know if he has any more... Actually, he might still have a couple poisons. See, I haven't seen a Fangs of the Empire from him yet. We might just do this, actually. That doesn't do too much, but what can we do, right? Asire? What do you bring back? The Cupbearer? He didn't bring back the Cupbearer, he brought back something else. Okay. I don't know if I want to play Great Oak now. Do I want to play Great Oak now? Is the question. Actually, yes! No, it is Great Oak now. Yeah, we can destroy one of these Thirsty Dames. No, that's actually a good idea. I didn't realize I had exactly 8. I was like, why was I thinking about it for so long? Because something tells me that this is going to be a favored target for him. So it's definitely going to make him want to play it. If he doesn't destroy something in my range row, then we're going to have a problem, to be honest. And it doesn't look like he's doing that. I think he might be waiting for this. So we'll actually do to reveal here now. I know we lost some value because the range roll was just packing with damage goodness. So yeah. A Magna Division Lamau. Oh, that's funny. That's funny, actually. We actually play Isengrim last here. We want to get as many boosts off as possible. This will only deal 3 damage, so we can kill this, I guess. We'll damage you, why not? Or 4, it does 4. I didn't even know that. Why did I miscalc? 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, oh, it counts itself? Hello? Okay, that's not so bad, actually. Joachim Duet. Okay, so who does this one get out? Fangs of the Empire. Okay, well, you know what? The good news is my poison is down here, so I don't think he has any more poisons left. Especially if that last card is indeed Vincent. Then he definitely has no more poisons left. So I think through spread, we actually do win this fight. Yeah, so I think we do win this fight. He does remove 13 power from me, but I still don't think that's going to be enough. So I think that's GG for us. So yeah. So this deck does actually, this deck does very well against Status Nilfgaard. Again, because of that spread damage. That's really one of the main weaknesses of Status Nilfgaard is it's hard to beat Swarm decks, especially if your Swarm cards do not have a lot of power. So that's just something that I sort of want to emphasize to you guys. For those of you who are struggling with Status Nilfgaard, then that is one of the counters to it. This is the showcase for the Deadeye Elves scoia'tael deck list. So if you guys did enjoy, please leave a like on this video, comment on any changes you guys would like to make, and of course subscribe for more Gwent content. Other than that, this is Enzo signing out. I'll catch you guys in the next one.